What's up, YouTube? Bit of a different video today, as you can obviously tell by the title. I just wanted to go over a few of my opinions and ideas about working out and training in general. In my opinion, there's a lot of misinformation on the internet, a lot of misinformation on social media, things that are taken out of proportion. So I just wanted to, just go over that a little bit. I just want to put out a little disclaimer that I am not a personal trainer. Not yet, at least. I don't hold a bachelor's or master's degree in sports sciences or anything of that sort, so that would make me unqualified, so to speak. But this video is just my opinions, pretty much things that I've learned and picked up, and opinions that I've formed over these years of training and working out. I'm starting to notice that today's society is really focused on being first and finding the easiest and most convenient ways to do things that don't require much time. And I'm starting to see that seep into fitness, if you want to call it for that. But yeah, training in the gym and things like that, I'm starting to see that people are trying to find easier and more convenient ways to do things. In my opinion, it doesn't really add up. The way I see it, everything takes time. Becoming an adult takes time. Learning a new language takes time. Just learning new skills in general takes time. It seems that that's not the case anymore when it comes to things. Like the example I gave about becoming an adult. We know it takes like 18 to 21 years to start coming into that adult body. So why are we flipping the script all of a sudden and making people think that it takes 30 days to like change your life or change your body or whatnot? It doesn't make sense at all. And it's like people aren't using their brains and thinking at all. Like, yo, this right here does not make sense. Have some perspective, y'all. Like, if we are really capable of just changing things and switching up things like that within 2 weeks, back to that example, I should have been able to just snap like this and turn into a teenager instantly. But that's not the case. I have to grow and learn. I have to get some experiences. My brain has to develop. So it's like these same things pertain to working out. There's a lot of growing and developing that happens when you work out and train. Things don't just happen like that. There's a lot of times I'll open my Instagram and, just see these like ridiculous things, like just these ridiculous exercises and promises that in about 15 to 30 days that you'll have results. That most likely won't happen. All of that, in my opinion, is just straight instant gratification. We all know if you want to be good at something, or if you want to obtain a goal or anything in that field, you have to use time on it. You can't just use 2 weeks, 3 weeks and expect things to just flip and be all good. That's just not gonna happen. If you really want something, you really gotta go for it, put down the time, put in the work, and then you start to see results. And that brings me to my next point, consistency, which is super important in anything you do. I started picking up weights around the age of 14, I believe in eighth grade, isn't it? But yeah, started lifting weights around the age of 14, and I loved it instantly. And I loved it because I realized there's a lot of fundamentals and technique that goes into it if you want to get it right. And to get those fundamentals and technique down, you have to be consistent. And that was drilled in my head since day one. Consistency is key if you want to get somewhere with these weights. If you want to get stronger faster, you have to be consistent. You have to be doing these repetitive things over and over again till you master it. If you want to master anything in life, you've got to be doing these boring and repetitive things. Just like in school, for example, you've got to be reading these textbooks and going through them day in and day out if you want to pass the class. If you don't, you end up failing. You don't get any results. The same thing with the gym. 30 days, 15 days, whatever, is not enough for people to be seeing results. It takes time. It takes 3-4 months to start seeing complete results. And that pertains to everybody. The average gym goer, the bodybuilder, the power lifter, the calisthenics guy, all of them. It takes months to start seeing results. It takes months to get good at stuff in the gym. That brings me to my next point, which is intent. Intent is key in anything. In the gym, it's really important. If you don't have intent, you'll just be going around in circles. You won't be on a straight path towards your goal, and that's exactly what you don't want. Intensity is somewhat important, but in my opinion, as long as you have intent, then the intensity comes out in whatever you're doing because you're so focused on it. There's been multiple times where I've been in the gym and there are guys in there, they're doing their exercises, going through their workout. They're doing it super intense, but there's no intent behind it. And it bothers me, they're lifting all these heavy ass weights for no reason. Just trying to kill themselves basically. I don't know if it's for the chicks, I don't know what it is, but that has to stop. You have to have a plan, you have to have a goal when you're doing stuff. You have to have intent when doing things, or else you're not gonna get anywhere. Obviously, sometimes, going that route is good too, because you make those mistakes, you learn from it, and you don't do it again. So y'all, when going to the gym, make sure you have intent when doing things. Make sure your intentions are in place so that when you go to the gym that you have a goal, you have a plan, you know what you're doing. And in life in general, and that pertains to me too. Having intent and intentions when doing things helps out a lot. It makes everything better. I try to do everything with an intention, with an end goal. And obviously I do notice if I don't, then things don't go as planned. Last point, y'all, the simpler, the better. Minimum effort, maximum satisfaction. What I mean by that is, if you go on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, social media in general, you'll see these guys doing these weird ass exercises that, again, they're pretty, they're aesthetically pleasing, but they don't do much for you. They just make everything harder for you. They look nice, yeah, like dude's got his arm up, his leg up, doing the damn push-up, whatever. But it does absolutely nothing for you. Just keep things simple, you get more results out of it. There's no need to be doing all that. Yeah, it's creative, it looks good. But it's like, how many times you're gonna do that? Like once or twice? Because you're not gonna revert back to it when you see how hard it is to do, or how much time you wasted doing it. You're not gonna revert back to it, are you? So what's the point? Just let it be, look at it, let it be pretty. You'll look good doing it, but you most likely won't get any results from it. Just stick to the simple stuff. When you're in the gym, stick to the simple stuff. Especially if you're a newbie. Stick to the simple stuff, master that, and once you master that, you can go ahead and venture out into that stuff if you're starting to get bored. But the results won't come. You won't get any of that. But back to this misinformation thing. I follow people that like to keep things simple, that don't take things out of proportion, that don't overcomplicate things. I also like people that go into detail a lot. I'm that kind of guy. I like analytics and logistics and things of that nature. I like to know everything. But back to the point, I follow those guys because they keep things simple. They don't make things hard for you. And it's pretty much just knowledge for the masses. Guys like Jeff Nippard, Shah Nalwani, Renaissance Periodization, those guys are excellent in my opinion. They always come with the facts. They don't overcomplicate things. And like I said, it's just knowledge for the masses. Like guys like those should be followed. Like stop giving these other guys attention that are just, I don't know, making stuff up on the spot with no credible evidence or results behind it. Obviously, yeah, they look good and everything, like I said, aesthetically pleasing. But for all these other guys that, trying to get into the gym, trying to start somewhere, start off with these guys that are simple and basic so that you can start to distinguish whether or not, something's credible or not. Alright, y'all, we're at the end of the video. Just remember, y'all, these points that I brought up: consistency, intent, and all that 30-day, 15-day BS. Just drop all that, man. It does nothing for you. You've got to put in the work. You've got to put in months of work if you want to get somewhere. And that pertains to anything. Going to the gym for 30 days and doing some BS program is not going to get you anywhere. But yeah, I'll catch y'all later. Thanks for watching the video.